Hey, it's Joy. I've got big feelings about little things, and I want to talk about it. Oh yeah, I'm mad about it. And the fact that everyone else is not up in arms about it is a big part of the problem. Oh, I bawled my eyes out, like I always do. It was the sweetest thing. Oh, it was the cutest thing. It was the funniest thing. Thanks for being here. Let's go. Well, hi there, big feelers. I'm Joy. So happy that you're here with me. Thank you so much. Hope you're doing great today and kind of curious where you are in the new year, new you. Not really. I'm more curious in where you are in kind of wrapping up the end of the year, wrapping up the holidays, taking down the lights outside, taking down the Christmas tree, undoing the decorations, that type of thing. I know many people do it kind of mid-January, some way to the end of the month. I myself am a December 26th decoration taker downer. And it sounds harsh, but there's something about starting the new year with something on my to-do list from last year. I can't tolerate. I can't do it. I don't really do it well. But there's always, no matter how quickly I do it, no matter how efficient I am, right up until February, I'll be doing something somewhere, straightening something, and pick something up and be like, oh, there's a little snowman I forgot to pick up and put away. Oh, here's a gift bag with something in it that I forgot to put away, or I needed to take it upstairs to put it away, or whatever thing. And I, as usual, started down, that exact thing happened to me with a gift bag, and I started to melt down a little bit into my big feelings about what a racket gift bags are. Christmas gift bags, new baby, wedding, the entire gift industry is just such a racket. And I appreciate my family, my specific family is very respectful of the fact that it is a racket. And we just offer, we either keep our bags and reuse them. Like, I'm going to reuse my bag. Any gifts I got this year, I'm going to use that bag to give it back to someone else next year. Or, you know what? If you want your bag back, I fully respect you, and I'm more than happy to give you your bag back. I'm happy to give it back. You spent that money, and I got to enjoy it. I got to see the beautiful bag. I got to open it up. I got to get my gift. Would you like it back? Honey, you have it back. You feel free. Thank you for that. I want you to get more than one use out of it, because if it's $2.95 and I get one use out of it and someone puts it in the trash, I'm going to lose it. Now, if you want to keep it and you want to reuse it, that's totally fine. That's totally worth my money. But do not throw it away. And here's another thing I don't want you to do is write a name on it. Even those little tags. Maybe write to whom, but then we're going to use that bag for another gift for that person again next year. You know, they're way too expensive to be a one-time use situation. Yet, with all these things I'm doing to make sure I can reuse bags and I have access to bags that I can reuse and I keep them and I take good care of them, I still had to buy bags this year. Right? Because I need a certain size, or I need one that has like a kid thing on the outside, or goodness forbid if I have a red theme this year, if all my wrapping is red and the only gift bags I have are blue and green, I got to go buy something to match the theme. Oh, goodness gracious. And I think where this really got me riled up, I think the reason I have such big feelings about this goes back to a very specific event. And I remember it well. And I won't say whose shower this was because it has literally nothing to do with her or the people I was there with. But I was at a baby boy shower. Okay. So we're buying all the blue everything, all the truck everything, all the bear, everything's trucks and bears and etc. And every single bag was blue and baby boy themed. Okay. And I said, not to the new mom and not to anyone that was hosting, but just to my girlfriend to the side. I was like, what are the chances I could get this bag back so that I can use this again for the next boy shower that I have so that I'm not constantly buying these bags, right? I think that might be a good way to host a shower. It's like, hey, everybody, you can take your bag back. I don't need 1,000 bags for a baby boy. But you know what she said? She said, oh, no. We keep them all. And that way, when we go to a shower, we don't have to buy a bag. We have all these boy bags to use. And I was like, okay, that makes sense because that's exactly what I would do. But I don't have any kids. So I never had a shower to get all the bags. And I'm feeding this entire industry by myself, buying a new bag every time that I go to a boy shower. And I'm doing it on the girl side too. And I'm doing it on the wedding side too. And I'm just feeding this massive industry when I could just be like, do you need 17 bags? Could you make it with 16 bags? And I'll just take my one bag back. And don't worry, I hear it. I hear myself. It just sounds cheap, and that's all it sounds. And I understand that to give a gift, that's part of it. You need to buy a bag. You need to buy a card. You need to buy tissue paper so that the full presentation is there. And I appreciate that. But the fact that if you have a boy, you never have to buy a boy bag again. But I don't have a boy. So anyone I know that has a boy, I'm buying a bag. I'm buying tissue paper. And while we're on the topic, greeting cards, I think, are quite a racket. Now, if you write greeting cards, let me say I do appreciate you. Because I think there's a lot of people, probably I would even venture to say most people, do not have the gift of putting their feelings into words, particularly in writing, and particularly when there's a difficult circumstance happening. When someone's grieving, for example. When maybe Father's Day or Mother's Day, maybe particularly if you're not very close with the person that you're trying to honor, or there's been some difficult circumstances there, or you're just like, we're just the kind of like father and son that just watch football together and we pop a beer together. I'm not really going to be like, thanks for teaching me how to shave, Dad. I really appreciate you teaching me how to grow up and be a man. You just want to watch another football game together. So sure, but you can buy a card. You can buy one of those funny cards. There's another thing that's a real blessing, the funny card. If you think you can't share your feelings verbally, you really don't want someone that has a lighthearted relationship with you. They're reading that really heavy, heartfelt card that might make them cry in front of everyone. That wouldn't be good. So let's do a joke about Dad. Let's do a joke about Dad falling asleep, and the remote control falling down and, whatever. Those are a blessing. At the same time, the costs of that and the way they know they have control over us. So what are we going to do? Yeah, it's $6.95. What are you going to do about it? You going to learn how to express your feelings? I didn't think so. Take the free envelope with you. don't forget, they know exactly what they're doing. They're providing a service, yes, but they know exactly what they're doing. And granted, has every price of every single thing gone up over the years? Yes. But there's just something about a $7 card when it's like, these aren't even my words. I mean, yeah, maybe I mean it. I'm sure I do. I wouldn't have gotten something if I didn't care about you and I didn't want to say something. But I'm also like, if I'm able, could I just write you a few things about us, our relationship, how I appreciate you, and sign my name to it? Could I do that? Could I just fill out a blank one? Is that doable these days? Could I do that? Because man, oh man, I mean, the chances of that card lasting more than a week, right? I mean, it's done its job. That $7 is gonna go in the trash here pretty soon. And that's a tough one for me to swallow. I'd much rather put that $7 toward, I don't know, an ice cream date or something. And I must tell you, he's not here to speak for himself, but I'm still going to give him the credit. Producer James and Mrs. Producer James, they in their immediate family, and I'm in the extended family. I'm in their extended family, so I have asked to join this circle as well. They made it a rule in their house with their immediate family that they do not buy cards for one another. Not for the anniversary, not for the birthday. You can write a card, you can color a picture. Adults or kids, you can color a picture, you can write something, but we're not spending $6 on something that we could just write a sweet note. Or use that money toward, why don't we get some takeout tonight and watch a movie together and create a memory? Instead of, you're 5. Congratulations on being 5. There's a big 5 on the front of your card. Did you know you were turning 5? You are. You're 5. And the kid, honestly, like wanting money or wanting to open the gift. I mean, the intent, the great intention is there, but it's also like, you need that to say 5 on the front to know that you're 5. You've probably been talking about it for a year. You've been saying I'm 4.5, ready to take that turn for 6 months. I mean, I think he knows. I think she knows. So that was a rule they made in their house that I am obsessed with. And I'm following suit because that is a racket. Now, can I be grateful for that can I be grateful for that area, the folks that do this, their spot in the economy, and still think it's a racket? Yeah. Yeah. That's part of the big feelings. You can have multiple competing feelings and still feel like, man, I love my mom, but $7 to say it in gold script with a flower on the front, that I'm like, all right. I don't know if this means anything to you. I love you. A couple of years back, I don't think this is why. I'm trying to think back to what my motivation was. I may have seen it on TikTok or something. I don't remember. But I got my mom a kind of cute little notebook. And I said, I'm going to write a note to you in here for every Mother's Day. That way, you don't have to find all your cards from over the years. You can just look back at 10 years of Mother's Day notes all in one place. I don't think it was the $7 card that motivated me, but I will say it's a benefit. And I've forgotten sometimes, but it's also nice even for me to look back and be like, yeah, what did we talk about 2 years ago, 3 years ago, 4 years ago? And look at all the cool, look at how cool we can see our relationship unfolding over those years. So I do encourage you just to be kind of creative with it. Be open. Now, don't get me wrong. If this is not where you shine and you're saying like, just let me buy the card. I don't care if it's $7. I don't care if it's $8. Just let me buy the card. Please buy the card. That you are the audience. You are the audience for that. Please buy the card. And if you ever buy me a card, which people have before, I promise to receive all that work, all the time, all the money, the standing in line, the maybe scanning yourself out at Target, whatever, all the effort that went into that, I will receive it. But I also want you to know, if you want to just say, hey, I'm cardless, I'm going to wink. I'm going to say, I got you, girl. I got you. I support you. You put those dollars and that time and that standing in line at Target towards something else. And we'll go have a margarita sometime or something. You know what I mean? Spend that time sending me a Marco Polo about what your day was like. I'm good. I'm good either way. You get me a card, very, very grateful. You don't, I get it. I support it 100%. Side note, I think my mom knows what Marco Polo is, but just in case you don't know what Marco Polo is, it's an app that does video chatting. So you just record a video talking to one of your friends or your family, and then it sends it to them and they can watch it whenever they want. And then they can respond in kind. It's almost like it's like a FaceTime. You're leaving a FaceTime voicemail. Basically. I just wanted to throw that out there just in case you're like trying to find a new way to connect with people, or you just want to know what I'm talking about. That's what that is. Thank you for letting me share. I think I just needed to vent that out. And I'm not as cheap as I'm making myself sound. And I love to buy gifts. I love to give gifts. I love to receive gifts. It is not my love language, but I understand why it might be. But sometimes I think we just do things because we've always done them that way. And that's what other people do. And that's the societal expectation. And I just think, who probably set that expectation up? Somebody making a pretty penny off those cards is my guess. Although if you work for the credit card. Although if you work for the greeting card industry, thank you. Big feelings, mixed feelings, we got them all. Have a great week.
Thanks for listening to Little Things, Big Feelings with Joy Delaney. I'm James, the producer, editor, director, and executive producer. Follow Joy on socials at Joy Delaney Cox on Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok.
Honestly, forget TikTok. I don't even know how to use it anyway.
You don't even know how to use it anyway.
James.
Follow Joy on socials at Joy Delaney Cox on Instagram and Facebook. See you next week.